Hi everyone, it's Polar's Lights and Signals. Today I'm going to be doing a little two-parter series on some M250s I have in my collection. These are both M250R2s. The one on the right is a 250 watt mercury vapor and is from 2001, and the one on the left is a 175 pulse start M250, I think from 2014. Now, I will say, before we get into the video, I'm not really a huge fan of modern fixtures, especially GE's modern fixtures. When it comes to the M250, this fixture is extremely common. It's a very generic fixture. It's not bad in any way, but it's just not very exciting. And usually when I see these fixtures, they're not in mercury vapor or pulse start. They are always high pressure sodium. And the ones you guys are probably very familiar with are the ones with those plastic lenses, which I have a couple M250 power doors that have those at the moment. But that's pretty much what the GE M250 is mostly seen with. So they're pretty common fixtures. I don't care really that much for them. I will say there are a lot of people who have been in my comments asking me if I have M250s. For some reason, you guys seem to really like these M250s, and a lot of you guys have recommended me to get some M250s and do videos on them. And before I would say, well, no, I don't have this fixture. You know, since people have been blowing me up, I went ahead and decided to try to get at least two of them. I won't be getting rid of the ones I have. I am going to keep them in the collection, and the only reason why, well, a couple reasons why I got these fixtures is one, because I am going to do a video on these for you guys, since you guys really want me to, and also these fixtures do exist in some unique wattages. So, as for the high pressure sodium M250s, I am never going to collect a single one of those things. I think they're boring, I think they're dumb. But, you know, if they're in a unique wattage, like 250 watts mercury vapor, hell yeah, I think that's really exciting. Even better yet, modern pulse start wattages, which pulse start's really not very common at all. You know, if they're in those wattages and light types, I think they're definitely worth collecting. As for the high pressure sodium ones, I don't want to sound rude, but they can all go in the garbage. They're not really, you know, they're not really that exciting to me. I will say, this fixture, this pulse start version, if any of you guys want to actually get a pulse start M250, these are being sold on eBay right now, and that's where I got this one. So it's new old stock. And the one on the right just came from Detroit here. It's, you know, they have a few of these here and there. They're very hard to find in this wattage, but that's where I got this one. And I've not had it for very long. I've actually had these two for a short time. So hopefully today I can at least do them some justice and do a good video on them. Let's go ahead and start part one with this M250 right here. Alright, so right here is my 2001 General Electric M250 R2 in 250 watts mercury vapor. So this fixture, the M250 R2, was pretty much introduced in 1985. The very first versions, I think, were slightly different. I think, according to the catalogs that came out at the time, but for the most part, these have pretty much stayed the same up until their discontinuation sometime in the late 2010s. But these fixtures are pretty basic. Like I said, there's really nothing too exciting about it. This fixture is very small. You can see it's very simple in design. Now, is it bad in design or bad looking? No. It's actually a very nice Cobra head. I will say that. This one is actually really high quality as well. GE made their fixtures pretty high quality up until the 2010s. Then they kind of started cutting costs towards the end of these fixtures run times. But this fixture, like I said, is 250 watts mercury vapor. And again, like I said, these are super common in high pressure sodium and pretty much all the wattages that they were available in. But when it comes to mercury vapor versions of these fixtures, they're actually kind of hard to find in
250 watts mercury vapor. Now, like I said, this one's from Detroit here, but this is one of the few M250s that are in this wattage. There are a lot of these actually around here on side streets still, but they're all 175, and you know that's pretty common. You know, 175 is a very common wattage, so it's not really that unique when it's that wattage. But 250 is kind of a harder wattage to find. I don't know what this was lighting up. I'm guessing that this was probably on a side street where the roads kind of met in one spot, obviously. So just a little intersection that needed to be lit up. Because most of the time, like I said, when I see these in 175, they're along all the side streets. So they're usually not at the corner intersections. So I'm guessing that's probably what this lit up. I could be wrong. But you know, Detroit Edison has very particular specs for their old stuff and how it lights things up. But yeah, this fixture is pretty nice, really, and it's not that bad. There's just not a lot to say about it. So if I go ahead and lift the camera up here a little bit, we can kind of just look again at the design. You can see it's very, very simple, very simplistic. It definitely looks like the M250R2 a lot, but just smaller. And like I said, you know, this thing is very tiny. This is a tiny fixture. If I stand back here, you can just see how small it is, and you can see my M1000 over there and some of my other fixtures. It's a very small fixture. It's probably a fixture I could sleep in bed with at night. It's just small. There's not much to this fixture at all. So yeah, the metal is high quality on this one though. GE did not get rid of their quality control at all though. You can see this lovely thing is powder coated. It is anodized. You can see that darker tone in the aluminum that tells you right away that it is an anodized fixture, which is good because that means that anodization will prevent this fixture from corroding. You can see the lovely barn latch here. I actually really like this barn latch. It makes it a lot easier to just grab onto the fixtures, grab onto the fixture and open it quicker. It's made of a really nice piece of stainless steel. The only problem with these is sometimes people are lazy and they don't really get this clip down in the notch up here correctly, so the doors will fall off of these quite easily sometimes, but that's just human error. It's not really the fixture at all. Yeah, there's nothing to see. You got a spot up here for your level, and then here is your photocell socket. So the photocell on here is just a 2001 Fisher Pierce, so this thing is original and it works really, really well. So yeah, there's a warning actually on here that still seems to be intact. Let's see. Well, it just talks about warning, you know, to reduce the electrical shock. So yeah, pretty basic information there. And you got some notches here. Those are for where the slip fitter screws go up into the fixture. So yeah, the photocell socket here is pretty basic too. General Electric switched over to a photocell socket that has a piece of metal on the inside that pretty much just keeps it up against the top housing. So to adjust it, all you got to do is pull up, twist a little bit like this, get in the position you want, and then put your photocell in, twist it, and you're done. The only bad thing about those is sometimes the connections go bad on the plugs inside this socket. Sometimes when you go to try to untwist it from the thing, sometimes it can get stuck and you'll be just moving it around. It won't actually come undone. Luckily, this one is not in bad shape at all. It's in really good shape, so my photocell is not like too secured in there. But yeah, so not the biggest fan of this design really at all. But you can see it says General Electric on it, and it has the north position, so it does have some nice logoing there. Let me go ahead and kind of just flip it over. Since it's a very small fixture, I'm not really going to show you the door too much because there's nothing really to see, but you can see the NEMA sticker. These newer 2001 versions, the NEMA stickers have a very high tendency to crack and break easily. So yeah, got a little line detail there. It tells you where to put your sticker. Here is the General Electric logo. It's still embossed very, very nicely on this fixture. And then if we move up a little bit, you can see plenty of spots for drip holes in case any moisture or water settles in this. If you're wondering what this is one of the spots where the screws come down for the tab to keep the glassware in. And same for that one up there. And you can see the barn latch, it has a little screw that just kind of holds it down in place and has a little bit of leeway there to move around. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead now and open this thing up for you guys. Alright, so to open up your M250, of course, like I just showed you, all you got is this little barn latch. Just got to pull that forward, lift the door up like this. Then towards the back, you just gently remove the legs of the door off the hinge part on the back, and you're done. So here is a quick view of the inside of the door. Nothing too much to see here. You can see the legs that help keep it on the back end of the fixture. There are some nice little line details in there. I guess that helps with water flow in case water does get in here. To get your glassware out, all you gotta do is undo this tab right here. And I know I said there was a spot for a screw for another tab, but this one doesn't have an extra tab, so never mind that. But yeah, once you get that off, all you gotta do is slide it forward, your glass forward, and it's off. So yeah, if we push this aside, we can look at the glassware real quick. Ooh, excuse me, that was a little bit of a tongue twister there. Sadly, this glass is not too exciting. It's pretty generic. It's just a bowl-shaped glass. GE has been making this glass for a long time. The only thing that really makes this glass kind of a bummer is just how new it is. So right around the 2000s, when the M400 MSRL came out, the glass for it pretty much used the same 125 profile, except it wasn't labeled GE. It was pretty much just a blank piece of glass. So this is unfortunately the same. So GE sadly removed that lovely logo that you would see on the front. The 90s versions do have the logo, but not the 2000s versions. They unfortunately got rid of the logo. The glass is a slightly cheaper mold. It's not that nice white color. There's a little bit of a yellow tint, and I don't think you can see it on video, but you can clearly see it in person. And of course, they got rid of all the lettering. There's absolutely nothing on this glass that says General Electric at all. The plastic versions do say General Electric on them, luckily, and are labeled that and have the logo. But their glass lenses, they for some reason stopped. I don't know why they decided to do that. I guess it costs more money to make those variants, which kind of sucks. But yeah, just pretty much a standard piece of General Electric Hall of Fame glass. It's nothing special. So yeah, it's kind of a letdown. But let's go ahead now and look at the inside of this fixture. So you can see right here where the legs will sit when the fixture is closed. Those are the hinge spots that are molded in. There's kind of a nice piece of metal right here to help prevent from insects and birds getting in. And then they got the black piece for it. Here's the slip fitter clamp. Nothing special. It's just a galvanized clamp, and you can see it just has 2 bolts. You do got some steps for up and down pivoting, so those would be your steps for where you want your arm to sit. And yeah, if we zoom out, the ballast assembly in this fixture is very simplistic too, just like the rest of the fixture. Just an HRA/HX ballast. It's for 250 watts mercury. So yeah, nothing special. It is though GE brand ballast. GE did make their own ballast. So I will say the ballast in here is high quality. I really like it. It's clean, it's built well, it's very nice. I will say that is a good ballast. There's a little sticker on the side of it. See, it says GE, General Electric. It says 120 volt. It doesn't really have a date code on it, which is kind of goofy. But yeah. Here's the terminal block. The 2000s versions kind of use their own style terminal block, just a simple plastic mold. You got a ground screw here for grounding, and here is the sticker that pretty much gives you the specs on this fixture. You can see it's the 12th week of 2001, and you got the lamp watts, 250, line volts, 120, your amps, your lamp, all that other stuff. So, yep. And last but not least, since this fixture is technically new enough, unfortunately I can't get a good view of it, but you can see there is a wiring diagram right here for the fixture, just in case something, you know, the wires go bad in here or something, you got to replace them. So yeah, there's a wiring diagram. And that's pretty much it. There is nothing else to see in this fixture. Down here you can see that metal plate that helps this thing stay against the top housing and let it spin. So it's a little bit cheap. You can see it has some rust on it, but that's not in terrible shape. Moving on up here into the reflector area, you can see the reflector here is made of a pressed aluminum metal, and it's just basically screwed down with a couple screws. It does have some prismatic patterns in here to help with good light distribution. As you can see, when I put my hand there, my hand reflection goes into the other side, so it definitely helps with light distribution. One thing that General Electric did do with their M250s, unfortunately, for the rest of the runtime, is that they had sockets mounted inside the reflector instead of poking into the reflector. And the problem with this is that when you go to put this up to the third step, well, you see I have my fingers here, so that's my rough measurement of how much space we need. Well, guess what? See that? So if you go to move this bulb up, it's going to hit the end of this reflector. So therefore, you're not going to be able to put it to that third step. Now, if you had like a 100 watt mercury lamp or like a really tiny pulse start cram lamp, well, it'll be able to adjust pretty much to any step you want it. But yeah, and you can't really adjust it back anymore. Technically, this is not perfectly center at all. So yeah, it's kind of a bad design. I really don't like that at all. But anyway, the gasket on here is made of felt. Sometimes these can be good, sometimes these can be bad. Luckily this one's pretty new still, so it hasn't gone bad. And has done a good job at keeping water out. And real quick, here is the mercury lamp that they had in this. It does work still. I can't really tell what it said. I think it's a Philips. Yeah, it's a Philips 250 watt lamp. It looks maybe like it's fairly new. The socket's a little burned. The threads on it look a little burned, but not too bad. So yeah, that's what we'll be running in this fixture today. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to see in here. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Alright everyone, so my M250 is set up now. So let me go ahead and get it plugged in for you guys. So this is my 2001 General Electric M250, 250 watts, mercury vapor in 1, 2, 3. And there we go. It actually kind of has a nice little hum to it. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch it warm up. Alright, we are at full brightness. This thing actually got very quiet, and I noticed, I guess some of the mercury vapors were not, some of the mercury vapor wasn't like vaporizing in the fixture because it flashed a lot. When you see it turn purple like that when it's warming up, usually what that means, especially with a phosphor lamp, is that the mercury vapor is being vaporized. So yeah. Go ahead and turn it on its side here, and we'll just take a quick look at it. Oops, it doesn't really want to stay, does it? Because, excuse me, this fixture is, like I said, pretty simple. So yeah, here we go. There's the glassware. Nothing Too bad it doesn't have the GE logo on it. You can see. And the logoing down here. One more time. And voila. And that's it. Alright, so that was my 2001 250 watt Mercury M250R2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure this video probably seemed pretty short for you guys. But like I said, this fixture is just, there's not a lot to see. But don't get discouraged, because we're going to go ahead in the next part and look at this one right here. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy today's video though, please feel free to leave a like down below. And tell me what you think about the M250 I got compared to the other ones. Do you guys think that the Mercury Vapor ones are cooler? I really would like to know. But I'm kind of excited to at least show you guys this pulse start one in the next video. So yeah. Anyway, please stay tuned for it, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.